start with a new lesson for you today. Since we finished the 10-step form over the last 8 lessons, today is number 9, and I'm going to work with you on a very special topic, which is how to use your legs properly, and specifically for making a bow stance. And I'm going to teach you exactly what that stance is. I've said it several times in the previous lessons, but maybe you didn't really catch on which leg action that might be. So I'm going to teach you that today, how to make a proper stance, because these are your foundation when you're practicing Tai Chi. If you don't have strong legs, if you don't have them in the proper position, then everything above it is going to be weak. It's kind of like building a building on top of something very weak, or something very small, or something that doesn't have enough stability for everything above it. So that's our lesson for today. And before we begin, I want to make one quick announcement, which is, if you stayed on yesterday after the Tai Chi class, you noticed that I did a little 5-minute bonus session, and that bonus session was on flexibility. Today's bonus session is going to be on core work. So if you want to stick around, I will end this live video and then I will start another one, so that will give you a few minutes to go to the bathroom, get another sip of your coffee or your tea, and then come right back just for 5 minutes, find something to sit on, find a comfortable space like this, and then just 5 minutes of ab exercises. So I know we all need to work a little bit on our core. It's also essential for practicing Tai Chi. So that's our bonus session today, immediately after the Tai Chi class that will end out. So today's reading from the Tao Te Ching is number 37. So listen closely and then we'll start our practice. The Tao never does anything, yet through it all things are done. If powerful men and women could center themselves in it, the whole world would be transformed by itself, in its natural rhythms. People would be content with their simple, everyday lives, in harmony and free of desire. When there is no desire, all things are at peace. So that's a good reminder for us. When you have no desire, you can feel more at peace. When you practice being present, you let go of anything extraneous, the past, what may happen in the future, things that might happen later today. You let go of all of that and you stay right here, right now, which is what I'm asking you to do today with me. Especially when you start to do the leg work that we're going to do a little bit today, and your legs get tired and your body gets a little shaky and your mind is saying, I need to stop, I need to stop. Let go of the desire to stop and push yourself past a little bit. Unless, of course, you're feeling uncomfortable in a way that's starting to create pain and putting it back, because that's often the common place where that happens. So today's lesson is on how to make a bow stance. Let's get started. Loosen up as usual. And let's loosen the ankles too, since we're going to be using the legs. Let's get all of the joints of the body moving. And switch. Good. Give me a push forward. And lift. Inhale. Exhale. Come forward. Push forward. Lower the arms. Come up. Push up. Look up. Down. Good. In. Push up. Good. Next exercise. Let's bring your feet together. Push out. Lift up all the way. And we're going to warm up the calves as we do this next series of exercises. So push up onto the balls of your feet and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come down. Lower one hand. Push up, push down. Lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you're finding this to be a little challenging, you can separate your feet slightly, no problem. Switch. Up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Both arms down. Lift the arms a little bit and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Come down. Good job. Okay, shake the legs a little bit. Kick out your heels. Nice job. Roll your shoulders for me. Good. Each time you practice, maintain good posture. No matter what exercise you're doing, do your best to remember exactly the position your body should be in. Forward. Good. Widen your feet a little bit. Give me a lean to the right. To the left. Back to the right. Give me your left arm over your head to the side. Switch. Good. And from here, bend your knees, push forward like we did earlier. Round your whole back. And then extend your legs, stretch down towards the floor. Bend your knees. Come on up. Okay. Next one. Open your left leg. Remember, we did this before, and I said if you feel a little uncomfortable with your balance, place your foot down flat. Make sure this knee is in alignment with your toe. If you'd like a little more challenge, you can lift your toe, and you can even extend your leg out a little farther. Whatever level you are, go ahead and practice that now. Hands on your waist. Lean over. Good. You should feel a stretch along the underside of the extended leg and a little bit into the front. Come up slow. Switch the arms. Come to the opposite side. Lean all the way over. And come up, arms out. Toes forward, going down, 1. Remember, we lift like we're lifting a box and then squat down first. Raise the arms in front. Breathing in, breathing out. Come down. Extend. 2. Lift as you squat. Extend. 3. Good. Extend. Walk your feet in. Okay. Nice job. Very good. Now, let's move on to the Qigong exercises that we do each morning for your immune system. Feet shoulder width apart. Hands, palms up. 3 times, 3 exercises, 3 organ systems, 3 sounds. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe out. First part, first organ system, kidneys. Reach down, breathing in. Raise the arms on the inside of the legs. 1. As you squat, say the sound chui. Chui. 2. Raise the arms up. Chui. 3. Chui. Good. Next exercise. Inhale. 1. One hand up, one hand down. The sound is hu. Hu. Arms up. Hu. 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 Third action, third organ system, the lungs. Remember, left for men, right for women, opposite hand on top. Leaning forward. Inhale, lean back, open, go forward, say the sound S. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And raise the body up. Closing exercise. 1. 2. 3. 4. Bring your hands to your abdomen, same position as the last exercise. Just a little bit below the belly button. And from here, check your posture, make sure the head is tall, shoulders relaxed, hips, legs, feet comfortably underneath you, supporting you. Your breath should go into your hands by pushing your belly out, letting your lungs drop, and then exhale, come back in. Even breaths, 20 seconds together. Close your eyes if you'd like. Begin. Good. And lower the hands, open the eyes. Good. Here we go. We're going to work a little bit on the bow stance, but before we do that, I want to do a couple more stretches, a couple more movements with our legs, using our trusty bench, or chair, or stool, or just the floor, if that's all you have, no problem. So, make sure it's stable, make sure it's sturdy. Place your right leg up on your device, whatever you're using. For me, for my bench, I'll just say bench. Make sure your bottom foot is pointed towards your bench, and make sure it's not too far back. If your foot is on just the edge, obviously it's going to be less stable, but also you're going to have to work a little harder. Your leg might start to get a little twisted and uncomfortable. So come close. I like to put my foot directly underneath my shoulders. From here, I know that I'm standing nice and tall, toe lifted, reach out to touch the bench, exhale as you go forward. Good. If you feel that there's way too much happening down here and not too much stretch happening up here, just let go of the toe and then go forward. You'll feel it more in this area. But it's a good idea to pull this back so you feel the stretch all the way down to the bottom of your foot. Good. Lift from the chest. Then, next exercise, we're going to reach out, touch our toe. Stretch forward. Good. If you can get to the toe, great. If you can go past the toe, good. If you can touch your wrist to your toe, excellent. And lift the body, 1, and take the leg off. Next one. Point the bottom foot towards the bench, reach out, touch the bench. Exhale as you go forward. Lift from the chest. Stretch forward, touch your toe. Exhale. And lift. Good, excellent. Other side. Turn the bench this time. Back to the first leg. Your foot on the edge. Press forward here. Hip goes towards the bench. Hands on your hips or hands on the bench, depending on your level. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can keep your own balance, body straight, tall, and push the hips forward. And come up, other side. Keep this knee behind your toe, hips going towards the bench, body as tall as you can. And come back. Nice job. Okay. I'm going to move my bench out of the way so we can practice the bow stance. Okay. Now, first off, what is a bow stance? Well, there are a couple different names that you may hear from time to time. Bow stance, you may hear it climbing the mountain stance. And the best way to envision it is when you're doing the form, you notice that when it is placed into positions like this or postures like this, your bow stance is essentially your front leg is bent, back leg is very slightly bent, and both feet are flat. This leg is extended out behind you. If you imagine that my phone or this video was tilted like this, you would see me aiming upwards. And obviously, if I'm trying to climb a mountain, I would need this leg to be my anchor, to support me with gravity trying to pull me backwards. So this one extended out, pushing out. This one pressing forward. I want my weight a little bit forward in this case. So if you want to measure it out in percentages, usually about 60%, about 40%, somewhere in that range. You don't have to be exact, of course, but as long as you feel a little bit more weight on this leg than this leg, you'll be fine. Okay? Now, being that Tai Chi is more of an internal style, which means that it's a little softer, a little slower than, say, Kung Fu or Wushu, if you're familiar with that term. When you practice a more external style, the stances are lower, they're longer, they're a little bit more rigid, and it requires a lot more strength and endurance. So an external style bow stance would not be here, it would be way down here, with this leg locked, this leg flat, and your body tall, and both feet still flat. Okay? Ours is a little bit nicer, a little bit easier. So a bow stance begins, anytime you're going to go into a bow stance, you don't just all of a sudden get there. You have to transition into your bow stance. So if we start, say we start from here, our feet shoulder width apart, we've done our opening movements like we did in our form the last 8 days. we have to shift onto this leg, draw our foot in slightly, and then take a step out. Now, how far should you step? Well, that depends on your level again. If you're a higher level, then you can drop your body down a little bit lower, work your legs a little bit harder, and then extend your leg out a little bit farther. The idea when you step out is that you don't commit too soon to this foot. So we want to be able to shift onto it by taking our time. So if we go back to the first position, feet shoulder width, we start. Let's do the opening movement. We do 1, 2. Then let's just bring our hands into our waist. Turn. This leg, your knee pointing in the same direction as your toes. So take a quick glance down, make sure your knee doesn't fall in like this. I know that looks painful, not a good idea. Open out. This leg pulls in. Take your step. Place your heel down. Your knee is a little bit soft. Then shift forward. Now, there's an additional part to this, but before I talk to you about the back foot, which is the additional part, I want to remind you that your knee, just like our exercise with the bench, your knee does not go past your toe. So if you're shifting forward and your knee happens to go over your toe, take a quick glance down. If you can't see your toe, you've gone too far. So shift forward. 1. Right to here. I can still see my toe. I'm in good position. Now, don't look for your toe by doing this. I can still see it. No. Keep your body in the original position, nice and tall. I can still see my toe. Now, the additional part I mentioned about the back foot. As I shift forward, I want a little bit of a pivot with my foot. So it's not 90-degree angle here with my back and my front foot. I want to turn this toe in. Okay, some styles, they turn on the heel. Some styles turn on the ball of the foot. Irrelevant in today's lesson. Shift forward to here. Okay, let's try it. Feet shoulder width. Let's do our opening movement. 1, 2. Good. Hands in. Shift. Pull the foot in. Take your step. Slowly shift. Turn the back foot. Now take a quick glance at your front foot. Can you see your toe? Yes. Shift back. Turn in. Take a step back to the shoulder width position. Adjust your feet and extend. Other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. The exhale and the lowering of your body sets you into position for starting the movement. Shift. Pull the foot in. Check your knee. Is it in alignment with your toe? Take your step. Shift. Good. Check for your front foot. Check your back foot. This knee a little bit soft. Okay. Turn. Step in. Extend. Let's do it again. This side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Hands in as you start. 1. Shift. Good. Shift back. Turn. Step in. Come up. 1, 2. Come in. Step. Shift. Come back. And turn. Step in. Extend. Good. Now we're going to do both sides without the little stop in between. We're just going to transition from left to right. Follow me. First action, 1. Set yourself in position, 2. Good. Hands in. turn, step. 1, 2. Good. You notice my feet are flat. Check your own feet. Make sure this heel is also not trying to come up. Make sure your knees are in good position. Make sure your body is nice and tall. Okay? If I want to step forward, no problem. I could do that by transitioning. For us, we want to shift back now, turn to the front, adjust our feet, and finish. Good. Now, if you're an advanced Tai Chi practitioner, you can add in any movement you like at this point. For example, a nice one to practice would be parting the wild horse's mane. If you remember it from our last 8 days of practice, you can add in this movement as we step. Same action, no change. But before we do that, I want to give you a little tip from the martial arts side of this exercise today. When I shift forward, my stance is not going to be with my front foot pointed directly where I'm going. Okay? The idea is when you do practice, you should be pointed in that direction. However, if I'm a martial artist and we are fighting, you and me, we're at it, we're in the ring, okay? My front foot, my front leg, I need to turn in just slightly. It creates enough of an angle that it reduces the opening for you to be able to come in and attack me by trying to kick me in the groin. So your front foot should turn in slightly. If you notice a Tai Chi player doing this, then you can understand that they are thinking about protecting themselves from here down and using their legs properly. Right? So that's a little tip from the martial arts side of this exercise. Let's try from the beginning. Again, feet shoulder width. 1, 2. Remember, if you'd like to do the arm movement, you can follow me. If not, just place your hands on your waist. Hold. Step. Here, take your time. Hold this position, let your leg get a little tired. Hold. Make sure this leg is out in front of you with your toes out, body tall. I'm going to say as much as I can until your leg gets super tired. Hold your position by lowering your elbows, head up, wrists dropped, and hands pointed at each other. Now, you may shift slowly. 1, and turn. Back. Now here, stay down, do not come up. Step. Hold. Let's check our position on this side. Knee in alignment with your toe. Hands in position, elbows relaxed inward slightly. Leg pointed out. Shift. Turn. Back. We're going to do it again. Don't end just yet. Remember what I said earlier? Stay present. Don't get into the desire of, I need to stop, my leg is tired. Turn this off. 1, or at least slow it down. Turn. Stay down. If you really want to challenge yourself with each one, go about 1 centimeter lower each time. Control the speed. Control your breath. Slow movement. It's not easy to go. Shift. I don't know if you can hear my daughter upstairs. We're going to keep going. One more time, both sides. Here we go. Left. Other side. Slowly. back to the middle. And we finished with the music. I love it when we do that. Okay, so making a bow stance, let's review. Your front foot, when you finish the bow stance, front foot pointed out, and if you remember my martial arts tip, my toe and my leg turned in just slightly, enough to protect myself. From here, this leg, I can still see my toe, my back leg, my foot is turned out slightly and flat. That's the main part. Don't let your ankle roll inwards and your heel and the outside edge of your foot start to fall forward, if you will, or roll upwards. Push out through the edge of your foot, and this leg should feel like an anchor. Relax into your legs with your whole body. Feel very stable, very strong. If someone were to push you from the front, you would be able to hold your position and just turn your waist to move them. Okay? So, bow stance is an essential part of Tai Chi. It's an essential part of all martial arts. You will find it in any martial art that you're going to end up practicing later on, or if you've practiced in the future. So this position, very important, but even more so, how you relax and how you transition into this movement is even more important. So that's your lesson for today, how to make a proper bow stance, or the best bow stance, as I call it. And we're going to end here, and don't forget that right after this session, I'm going to have a 5-minute session on ab exercises. So stick around, come back in just a few minutes. I'm going to set up the equipment after I end this video. You can run to the restroom, you can get a sip of coffee, get yourself into position. I'm going to get my mat, roll it out here, and 5 minutes of core exercises. I'll see you there. Good job, everybody. Stay healthy and stay happy.